Okay, so in this lecture, we're going to look into collections in Swift. So let's go ahead and start a new playground. I will call this one collections. Okay, just size this out, make it a little bit bigger, and I will get rid of this variable string, and in its place, I will put the following. So collections, they are used in Swift to store collections of values. There's 3 different types, each with their advantages and disadvantages, but they are arrays, sets, and dictionaries. So an array is used when you need a defined order of the values you're using. A set can be used when the order of the items in the set do not matter at all. And then lastly, dictionary is a little bit more special. It's an unordered collection, but that has key value associations. And we will go over all 3 of these right now. So first, let's check out what arrays are. First, you would declare it as follows. So var my array equals, and I'm just going to use strings. So let's just do apple, banana, cherry, durian, and elderberry. Okay, so there's an array of 5 fruits. So let's just go over this again. Order matters. Also, arrays use a 0 indexing system. So that means that apple is at index 0, banana is at index 1, and so on. Elderberry is at index 4. So yes, there's 5 items in the array, but the index count is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you're starting your count at 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it's a little strange at first, but you will definitely get used to it. So now there's a lot of things you could do once you have your array set up. You can do a print, as we know the print function. You can print myArray.count, and that'll show you how many items are in the array. There's 5. This little /n, don't worry about that. All it means is a new line is being created in the console there, see? So don't worry about that. But print myArray.count is the word you can use to find how many things are in your array at any given time. You can add something to the array, so let's do that. How about myArray, and you would use the word append. So myArray.append, and let's add fig to the array. Note here too that if the array was a let as a constant, you would not be able to add anything to it. You'd get an error, but since it's a variable, we can edit it and add to it. So now let's do myArray.count again. myArray.count. You don't actually need the print function. Anyways, we get 6 now, which makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the order remains the same because it matters. You can also look for a specific object. So let's do this. How about myArray and use a bracket, enter the number 2, and you would get cherry, right? That makes sense because 0, 1, 2. So you can use brackets and the index number that you want to find what is actually there. Next, you can also remove an object of an array. So myArray.remove, and you would do the parenthesis and then at, colon, and whatever index position you want. So let's remove 1, which is the banana. So now if we were to print myArray again, we would see the banana is gone. Apple, cherry, durian, elderberry, fig. Right? That's what we wanted because we just removed the banana. Or there may be times when you want to remove everything in the array, but still keep the array in existence for later use. You can do that by saying myArray.remove all. And if you print myArray again, you'll notice it's just a set of empty brackets. So the object var myArray still exists, but it's just empty. You can also, in the beginning, if you wanted to declare an empty array, you can do it like this. Let's just say integers. So how about var some ints, and that equals, let's say, int, close off the brackets, and then an open and close set of parentheses. So now you've declared an empty array of integers called some ints. And to explicitly declare an array, how about var things, colon, string is equal to book, car, and how about wallet. So now that's an explicit declaration of an array of strings. Sets are a little different. Let's go over how these are declared. So let's do this. How about var single letters, and we'll declare it as a set. Use the less than symbol, and character, close off with the greater than symbol, equal to RMCF. Okay, so now it's a set of characters has been declared explicitly, but notice over here the order is changed a little bit, and that's because, of course, in a set the order doesn't matter, so the compiler is just putting it in this order, doesn't mind, it doesn't care, because order does not matter in a set, only what's inside of it. So now let's do this. Let's do single letters dot count, just like with the array. We can see how many things are inside. There's 4. How about we add something to it? So now we're not going to use append, because with append in an array you add it to the end, but with a set we're just going to add it to the set in general. So slightly different word here, single letters dot insert, right? Because it doesn't matter where it goes, we just want it to be inside there. Now we've added a to the set, so now if we do single letters dot count again, we will see now there's 5 objects inside, and if you print the entire set, you'll see all 5, but they may not be in any special order. Here's just another declaration explicit of a set. So how about var numbers colon set equals 3, -50, 1006. That's just another declaration, so you can get some more practice and get used to the syntax, as we call it. Okay, next and last, we're going to do dictionaries. And dictionaries are important because they store values with a key, so you can easily retrieve them later on. Let's take a look at a dictionary right now. How about we use airports? So let's make a dictionary of airports. And you would declare it like so, string, string. Of course, these can be int, int, or double, double, whatever you want it to be, bool, bool. And so here's how you actually fill in the dictionary. So let's just say you're going to do string of JFK, then you would do a colon and the other piece of it. So JFK, New York City. So it's a key and then a value. The key here is JFK, the value is New York City. That's element 1. So how about Dublin? Okay, DUB and Dublin. And lastly, how about NRT, which for those who don't know is Tokyo's Narita Airport. Okay, so now we have our dictionary of airports. Is the key value, which is JFK. The value itself is New York City. The key is DUB, the value is Dublin. Key is NRT, value is Tokyo. Okay, so that's a dictionary. And here let's do another fancy trick using the print function, which you haven't learned yet. So print, let's type in the airports dictionary contains, and here you can use a little / parenthesis airports.count, close the parenthesis, and then type the word items. So the airports dictionary contains, mistake there, airports.count items. So see, print into the console, the airports dictionary contains 3 items, which is true. There's 3 pairs in there. Next, if you want to add an item to the airports dictionary, you need to do it as follows. Airports bracket, you want to insert the key here. So PHL will be the key, and then the value is a string Philadelphia. That'll add it to airports, so you can go ahead and print airports again, and you'll see now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course the order doesn't matter as long as the key pairs are together, the key value pairs are together. And of course if you want to remove an item from a dictionary, you can also do that, and it's like so. Airports.remove value for key, and let's just remove Dublin. Sorry, Dublin. And we'll print airports again, and you'll see that now there's 3 items, and Dublin is gone. So we have Tokyo, Philadelphia, and New York City. So just briefly, check out slide. I put a little slide together. You can download it as a resource. And here is that slide, which you can download. So it's just a quick summary of what an array, set, and dictionary, what they are, and some differences. This is directly from Apple's website, so as you can see, copyright Apple. But yeah, an array is used for a defined order of items, right, with an index and a value, and in a defined order. Sets are when you want to group things together, but it doesn't matter what order they're in. And lastly, dictionary has a key, which relates to a value. As you can see, I kind of use the airport example. So that is collections in Swift. And we're going to move on to loops in the next section, which is a really fun thing and very useful thing as well. It's also pretty quick, faster than this lecture. So I will see you then.